welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Today's pick a card reading is an interesting one. We are going to see what is the tea on you, what is going on in your life. In front of me, I have 3 different images. Group 1, we have sweet and wholesome. Group 2, we've got have a slice day. And group 3 is we go together. Choose the one that really calls out to you. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so what is the tea on you guys? What is currently going on in your life? What are people saying? What's the gossip? Okay, so right away, you guys are coming across. Actually, this is interesting. So the energy kind of flipped a little. So you guys are actually kind of coming across as being like water signs, kind of off in your own world, you know, doing your own thing, and just kind of like this, you know, and when people do interact with you, I'm getting more of a sweet, warm, friendly, you know, just a real light, flowy energy, just kind of flowing through life magically. Magnetic without even trying, imaginative, intuitive, like a Pisces type of energy. Okay, so you guys are actually coming across though as being pretty mysterious currently in life is what I'm getting. So, you know, maybe you guys aren't staying in touch currently as much as you used to, or there's just some kind of switch up is what I'm getting with you guys. And yet, it's not seen to be rude, because you guys definitely have this like very like sweet, warm, friendly energy coming through. So like when people do hear from you, I'm getting that it's real like bubbly and upbeat, and I feel like, you know, it's just kind of like, but there is like a bit of a disconnect too is what I'm getting, and I feel like it's literally just you guys being busy in your own life, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's a mirror though. It's not just you guys, it's your friends and family, anyone you associate with is basically doing the same thing, you know? So that's the type of energy that I'm picking up on with that. Okay, so in the meantime though, you know, when people do catch you, whether it's on social media or in person, you guys are definitely coming across as being stylish though, okay? And like, you know, really put together and just, like I said, just doing your own thing. You guys are definitely seen to be in your own world currently. So maybe you're not posting a lot, you know, or it's more sporadic or like once in a blue moon, okay? So that's also kind of like the energy of what's coming through here. Okay, but yeah, you know, to stick with that bubbliness, when you guys do show up, okay, it's like, woo, like there's this newness, there's this freshness. It's like you guys appear like you're like rejuvenated, okay? Like I'm just getting like, you know, you just down this healthy smoothie that's really like tasty, like, you know, it's just like you're invigorating, your energy, the way you are is like people feel more alive when they, you know, when you leave people better than the way that they were before they, you know, interacted with you is what I'm seeing with that. Whether it's just communicating through messaging or actually, you know, them being in your presence, I just feel like, yeah, like once they get a dose of you, they feel like inspired and like curious, interested, and passionate about life again. Like you guys have that naturally, I feel. Okay. The other thing that people are definitely seeing is, you know, you guys are definitely spending a lot of your energy or time on work or school, building up your life is what I'm seeing. You know, you're putting in a lot of work, and I feel like, you know, it's taking up a lot of your time is what I'm seeing. And yeah, and like I said, like, so there's definitely this more mysterious air about you right now with this card as well as this card coming through. So People don't exactly know what the latest is with you guys, okay? It's only like what either you have said or, you know, what bit you post on social media. Okay, now, here's where things get taken interesting turn. Actually, before I get into that, I want to say though, okay, so those that are communicating with you guys, whether messenger or online, I mean, or in person, it's like you're definitely coming across though as a feisty, fun, charming person who's kind of a sweet talker. So I feel like you guys can be natural flirts is what's coming through with that. You know, real good with the words and just like the smoothness about you. So yeah, that's also coming through. Okay, here's where things take a more specific and interesting turn though. Okay, so you guys are actually coming across currently like you are involved with somebody romantically. So whether you are or you're not, I actually feel like some of you will be with somebody, you know, by the time that you hear this video. And for those of you who aren't currently with somebody, I feel like, you know, it's like there's somebody, well, there could be more than one person who's thinking this, but there's a specific person in general though that's coming through on this reading who's feels like you are currently like with somebody. So even if you're not, or you know, maybe you did see somebody but it didn't become something, like, you know, or you posted a pic with somebody or, you know, hung out with somebody, there is something that is giving somebody this impression, okay? That's what's coming through and that's what's being talked about, you know, or at least noticed by this person. Now, what's interesting about that is that, so there was somebody that had high hopes for you and them, okay? And then I feel like it got dashed. Like whatever gave them the impression that you're with somebody else, okay, so maybe you didn't write back, maybe you posted something, there's just something that's giving this person that indication they feel like they're hurt and betrayed now because of it. And what's interesting is I feel like you, like this person, you know, is coming across like they were your friend. And a few different things are coming through for that. So for some of you, this literally is just like a friend on social media or a friend in real life that you never thought more of than a friend, basically. And for others of you, this is actually showing up as your ex, who you guys are still like friends with on social media, who had hopes of you two getting back together. Like they literally, I'm seeing, you know, thought you guys were destiny. And then again, something happened that gave them the impression that you guys are now with somebody else, and they feel like, okay, so we are officially done then, you know? Like I'm just getting like this hurt and betrayal that you would feel like kind of surprised about. Like that this person even like went there in their mind and entertained this idea of you two, like to the extent that they were. Like they really did have hope. And again, if you guys aren't seeing somebody, that's how you're coming across, okay? And this person, you know, they figure you two are over, you know? And you're also coming across as being kind of stuck in your ways. So maybe somebody, whether friend or ex, did hit you up and maybe you didn't respond in a way that they thought, you know, like meant that anything would happen between you two, and like that's what ended it in their mind. Okay, so it's not going to be the involvement with somebody else, or maybe they assume that that's why, you know, like something, there's some kind of interesting dynamic going on where this person pretty much figures that's the reason. Like it's not about them, you know, or maybe they think it is. Oh my goodness, like so many different things are coming through. I hope that makes sense though. Like, okay. Yeah, okay. The other thing that's coming through is there's a lot of air and water vibes coming through for this group. So, you know, these people that you could be involved with or were kind of involved with could be water or air signs coming through here. You could be one of them. It's just the energy is very like, oh, that's the other thing. Okay, so, okay, there is a new energy coming through though as far as you guys go, and I feel like, well, it's very like like you both are kind of dreaming about kind of like what this could be, very new feeling. Even if it is an ex, like it's a general reading. So for some of you, this involvement with this other person is the ex. There's still, though, action-wise, there's not a lot of action between you two is what I'm seeing. So even if there is somebody new in the picture, it's kind of like you're both kind of at like a stalemate, like action-wise, due to some reason is what I'm seeing with this Eight of Air here. So that's not even quite moving forward. Now, for those of you who are seeing somebody new, that message isn't meant for you. But those of you that it's like there is somebody in the picture, but you guys aren't quite anything yet. So this person wouldn't be wrong, but you're not exactly something. I'm still kind of getting like it's not moving as forward as like this person would think. It definitely though has the potential to move forward. It's almost like if you and this person can get out of your own way is what I'm seeing, then I see that you two really could start something new with that. Oh, and the song that came through as far as like what people figure when they see you is you've got to be somebody's baby. You're so fine. Okay. So yeah, like people figure, because that's the other thing coming through as far as this card goes, that you guys have a lot of different people that are crushing on you and maybe hitting you up. And I feel like they think almost like I'm going to spare myself getting hurt and I'm not even going to bother with you. Like that's the impression I'm getting. Okay. That's the other thing going on. So if you guys are kind of like, why are my DMs so dry? Like, why is nobody hitting me up? That is what I'm seeing is the reason. Okay. Like people psych themselves out before like they even see. Okay. Something is not rooted in reality here. And it's kind of like these insecurities start coming up just as people like are on the verge of starting something new with you. And yeah, it doesn't quite take off is what I'm seeing. But if, you know, you and anybody who's a potential to you could just get out of your head and just be in the moment, I'm seeing, and, you know, treat this connection like brand new, not project the past onto it. I feel like you guys really could have an amazing relationship. Okay, group number one, this is what I see for you guys as far as what the tea is on you and your life currently. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number two. Okay, so what is the tea on you? And what is going on in your life? So what is the gossip? What are people saying? Okay, group number two. So right away what I'm seeing as far as how you guys are currently coming across is that, and yes, this is similar to the last video I posted, but it flew up for this as well, is you guys are definitely coming across like a butterfly. Okay, so you guys have gone through some kind of transformation and you are really showing up differently. Like you are shining, you are in your power, you know, and it's just a total glow up is what people are noticing. And on top of that though, it's kind of like you guys are also kind of like hard to catch. So I'm getting the impression with that, you know, you guys are like showing up and you're there one moment and people think, oh, all right, awesome. Like you're back in their life, whether it's a friend or somebody who's thinking about, you know, you romantically. And then I feel like the next minute, it's kind of like you guys go ghost, you know, you're like off doing your own thing and people are kind of left wondering like, where did they go? What are they up to? You know, so one minute it's like people are in the know with you, like they know what's up, they know what's going on, and then the next minute I feel like you guys aren't to be found, you know, and people feel kind of left in the dark in regards to you and what's going on. I feel like you guys are probably that way with posting on social media as well. I'm getting like some kind of feeling, like some kind of, it's just coming through, like something about social media is kind of like you're off and on. Like one minute maybe you post a lot or period, and then the next minute like nothing. for like a long stretch of time. Like there's some kind of back and forthness with that as well, because I feel like, you know, people who don't hear from you, they like kind of try to gauge like, what are you up to? And that's just like what, you know, like I said, like you're there one minute, you're not the next. So yeah. Okay, so you guys are definitely coming across though like you are. Okay, so with the Pisces here, yeah, yes, your intuition is heightening. You know, I feel like you are seeing through people. You are seeing if people's actions match their words. You're just not dealing with the game playing is what I'm getting. Like you're cutting through the BS and you're seeing like what resonates with you. You know, you're getting in touch with your truth and authenticity, and you're really like trying to see like who matches that. You know, you're trying to see where's your tribe at, basically, okay? That's also coming through. On top of that, with the Pisces energy in particular for you guys, I feel like you guys are starting to dive into either like art or something creative, okay? I'm just getting like something that's different for you that you're, you know, testing out and like seeing, and it's just like this whole different creative way of expressing yourself, okay? So that's also coming across. And then, okay, so with the earth energy, I also see though that you guys are, people are noticing, you know, that you're definitely putting what's practical first as well. So on top of diving into, you know, spirituality, intuition, and something that's creative, some kind of creative expression, it's like with the earth card here though, you guys are also tending to practical needs right now. Like you are, you know, focused on your job or school, finances, health, family, you know, all the material area in your life definitely has your focus and attention is what's coming through with that. Okay. So on top of that, you guys are also, you got the self-serving card. So that means you are definitely coming across like you are putting yourself first right now, okay? You know, with that crown. And again, it goes back to like you seeing like who resonates with you and not associating or cutting off from those that don't, okay? Yeah. It's all part of that self-love. Okay, so you guys also got the player card. Now, what comes to me about that is not that you guys are a player. I mean, some of you could be. It is a general reading. But no, what comes to me about that is that you guys are coming across like you've got many people, you know, many suitors who want a chance with you, okay? So people kind of figure, oh, your DMs are probably blowing up, you know, especially with the glow up and that whole like symbol of being like a butterfly now. Just totally elevating. And okay. Okay, before I get into any of that, you guys also had the card Aquarius fly out, as well as they will contact you. So I feel like this is going to go for some of you. This was actually a very specific message that came through, is that an Aquarius definitely wants to contact you. Like if that makes sense to you, that's going to make sense to you. You know what I mean? Okay, so I feel like this was somebody you guys were involved with. Some of you, it could be an ex. Others of you, it could be somebody that the connection was there, but it never quite took off, okay? And it was short-lived. And yeah, well, this person's not done, okay? And they definitely want to contact you. I feel like there's this magnetic pull towards you with them. And so yeah, you could be hearing from them soon. Now, in regards to that person, they honestly feel like you guys are destiny. And going back to the earth energy, there is like this stability, okay, this grounded energy that you guys present. And you come across as being like, in a way, like more mature than what they're used to, but they love it, okay? Like they find it to be like a breath of fresh air. That's not to say because you're coming across as mature, like you're not fun. You guys are definitely fun, but it's like you guys come across like you've got like your priorities straight, okay? And like just this real like interesting focus in life, and like you know what you want and you're gonna stop at nothing to get it. This person is coming across as being the same way, and they're like, Like they're like, finally, like I met my match. I met my mirror. Okay. So like I said, that's gonna resonate for some of you. It's possible for some of you this is somebody to come, but I'm really getting more so this is, if you guys already know an Aquarius like this, that's that person, okay? For the rest of you, that message wasn't meant for you because it's very specific. Okay. Now, going back to everything else, okay. You guys are also, okay, so while you look like you are crushing it as far as you go and as far as your future goes, you guys are definitely coming across as being like blocked, like not moving forward when it comes to love, okay? Yeah, that's the T on you guys. And like I said, like people think, oh, this person, yeah, we see you're building yourself and your life up, but you know, you're not making any room as far as love goes. You've got people thinking you guys are just in denial about your feelings, not admitting anything. And meanwhile, they, especially if it's this particular person, are thinking like you guys could be the one. Now, for others of you that you don't have a specific person, I feel like you have people crushing on you and wanting a chance with you, and they feel like you're not giving them that time of day. You guys are doing a great job. I see it, keeping people at arm's length, like as far as you want them to come, you know, go. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of like you guys, you just come across like you don't want to be anybody's fool anymore, and you really want people to approach you. And, you know, if they're serious, is what I'm seeing. I feel like you guys are at this point now in your life where you're like, I don't have the energy to entertain things. Like, and, you know, and with all this adulting that I have to do, I don't have the time, energy, or anything. That's going to go for some of you. It's coming across. So it's kind of like, you know, you want them to like show you like that they're worth your time basically and energy. Okay, so, all right. Oh, there's definitely somebody coming across for all of you, regardless if it's the same Aquarius or not, that is like, they want a passionate reunion with you guys, okay? And I feel like they would jump at any like sign or signal from you to like contact you and make plans, I see, to see you, okay? They definitely want to bridge this gap that's between you guys, whatever that is, like the no contact that you guys are currently experiencing, because they energetically and emotionally feel connected to you guys, but you aren't currently talking or together, okay? And they definitely want to bridge this gap. Okay, so on top of that, okay, so this person is definitely physically attracted to you, but you guys are kind of coming across like you think that's all this person wants, is what's coming through here. And what I'm seeing is, even though this person's kind of like a fox, they're clever, they're cunning, they really want you to know, though, what I'm seeing with this is like they are not, like it's not like a scenario of a fox in a hen house, okay? Like they're not, it isn't just about one thing. Like this person does feel like this soulmate connection with you guys, whether or not they realize that's what it is. Like that's this magnetic pull though that this person feels towards you. Like I said, yes, they're physically attracted, but that's not what this is only about, is what I'm seeing. And they, like, I'm getting for some of you, like they really feel like you think that though, and they want, like, they know that it would take like this clear communication to make things right between you guys. And I feel like it really upsets them that you guys are currently not in communication and they don't feel like you see things from their side. So they're definitely coming across as like the messenger of water reversed. And with this 3 of fire reverse, so the reverse to me is actually like a better sign than upright. Upright is like such a waiting card, and like reversed means like as soon as they get that signal, like they're gonna just burst through with all this like passionate energy, okay? They're just waiting. But it's funny to me because I actually get the impression that if you guys heard from this person first, that it might actually propel you to be like, okay, yeah, Like, let's see each other. Let's talk this thing through, you know? Or something like that. Oh, what's also interesting is when I first saw this card, the Page of Air came to me, not even the Ace. So that tells me that this person is definitely checking out your social media while laying low. But it's like you guys can feel them. You know when somebody is thinking about you and still has feelings, whether or not they show any indication or not. And the song that came through as far as this person goes was that song that's like, let my love open the door to your heart. Okay. So yeah, this person definitely wants you guys to take a chance, take a leap of faith on love, and let them in. They feel like you guys are pretty closed off to love, and it's really to protect yourself. You guys are like, yeah, getting hurt is the last thing that I ever want to experience again. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to not let it happen, but at the same time, it's like you're cutting yourself off. Is what's kind of coming through here. Like there are, like, whether it's this person or not, I'm definitely getting this feeling that you've got a lot of people crushing on you and that want a chance, and it's kind of like you're not seeing it, or you don't want to see it, you just don't want to allow it, because a lot of you like where you're currently at is what I'm seeing. And it's kind of like you're like, but I'm finally like happy, or on my way to being happy without anyone. Like, isn't that great? And it is. I see that. But it's just, I see love knocking at your door though. And it's kind of like you're like, yeah, I don't hear anything, that type of energy going on. All right, group number 2. This is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so what is the tea on you right now? And what is going on in your life currently? Okay, group number 3. So immediately, one of the feelings that I got for you guys is that you guys are currently kind of coming across like a black sheep, okay? You feel kind of like, I feel like something went down and you feel like you're misunderstood about something, and it's really like you being true to yourself. So, the backlash, I feel like, is shocking, okay, to you. And that's like the current energy going on. Okay, so a lot came through for this group, and a lot of it's pretty specific. So if you feel like this doesn't resonate for you, feel free to choose another group. But I'm just going to call it like I see it, okay? So what are people saying? What is the current gossip? Okay, so yes, you guys, you are definitely, like, currently coming across like a black sheep, as well as like an Aquarius, in the sense of, like, just you are going to do your own thing and follow your path regardless of the backlash, is what I'm getting with that, okay? And I just feel like this whirlwind of energy and emotion that has come since some kind of something took place, some decision was made. And it's kind of like, in order for you to stand your ground and really own this, you've had to come across kind of like this cat here, just like, I'm independent, I am strong, and I don't need anyone. Like, if you're not for me, you're against me, and I'm going to walk forward with or without you. Yeah. Okay, so it's a very, like, this is how it is kind of energy. Very blunt, okay? Matter of fact, no nonsense. And just telling it like it is, basically. Okay, so along with all that, you guys also, like, my Billie Eilish I'm Not Your Friend came through, and that just, goes along with the energy of you saying, like, I'm not your friend or anything, damn. You think that you're the man, I think therefore I am. Stop. What the hell are you talking about? Keep my pretty name out of your mouth. Okay, yeah. So that's you guys. All right, you guys are basically like kind of being like, who do you think you are? Like, you think you're all that and that you're calling the shots? Well, you're not my friend. And no, like, I'm doing my, like, that's you guys, okay? Like, you guys are the ones You're the shot callers. You guys are calling the shots. You're doing your thing. And it's kind of like the pieces will fall where they may at this point, you know? And also, you're kind of like acknowledging that you're recognizing that people are talking. And you're kind of just like being like, you know, like, hey, keep my name out of your mouth. But at the same time, you know, you also have this recognition that you can only do or say so much, and people are going to do and say and think what they want anyway, okay? Yeah. Okay. You guys, though, it's kind of like you're diving, like, you guys know you're unique, I'm getting, but, like, you guys are really, like, diving into that now. Like, you're really exploring that. And it's kind of like you're seeing, like, I feel like you're just diving deep lately, like, with who you are, what you're about. Where's your place in this world? What are you meant to do? Like, I'm just getting like this real, like, kind of like soul purpose, soul searching feeling with you guys in the meantime. And along with that, I'm also getting this real fiery, like, taken off type feeling, and like just exploring and kind of like going off on an adventure and travel, and, you know, the rum freeze there as well. And it's interesting. Okay, so on one hand, you guys are seen to be resting. And maybe, you know, going off somewhere else is resting for you. Maybe it was taxing being at home, and maybe you were surrounded by these people that were draining the life out of you, okay? So I'm just getting like going off on your own, some kind of adventure, and just like you doing your own thing. And like, I feel like that is where you are finding like this relaxation, this centering, okay? As well as soul searching, and just really like just this much needed rest that I feel like you guys have needed, okay? Okay. You guys are also coming across. Okay, and yeah, this is like my deep card as far as like you tapping into your innate wisdom. And I feel like you're doing that, going off and being by yourself, and really like getting that much needed peace of mind and rest that you guys have been longing for, is what I'm seeing. Like, certain things are coming full circle for you guys, is what I'm seeing with that. Okay, so you guys are also, though, seen as being like established in a certain area, okay? And it could be what, you know, you do for work, or something that you're working on, okay? It's just something you guys do. You're seen as being like the boss, the best at it, and all that. Okay, I feel like some of you are kind of like at a crossroads too, is what's coming through with this Libra card. And I feel like you're waiting for some kind of light to dawn on you in regards to something. And I see that, you know, it's like some kind of inspired idea is going to hit you guys, and it could be when you least expect it, and it's going to start you off on this brand new like chapter, is what I'm seeing with that. All right, so you guys are also being called, though, to be patient as far as like wanting things to happen quicker than what they are, is what I'm seeing with that. All right, so you guys are seen to have gone through, I know it says going through, and for some of you, you might feel like you are still currently going through, but I feel like you guys went through something that was pretty rough recently, okay? And it's kind of like, you know, I feel like you guys are dealing with that. And that could have to do with this thing that makes you feel currently like the black sheep, and like you had to walk away from a situation or a person, is what's coming through there. And so you're dealing with the loss, you're dealing with how people are perceiving you now. And okay, so I am seeing that, yes, there is like a lot of talk, a lot of gossip, a lot of like conversation in regards to some kind of decision you guys made. And okay, that could also be what that represented. Maybe you got this inspired, you were at a crossroads, you got an inspired idea to choose a certain path, and maybe in order to be true to yourself, it cut ties with people, and that was not easy at all, okay? Take what resonates with that, because what's coming through here is like you guys are following your authentic path, but it's kind of like, I'm getting like the Coldplay line. Like I knew they never said it was easy, but they never said it would be this hard, is kind of the impression that I'm getting in regards to this. Okay, so something definitely took you guys by surprise. I'm getting like this shocked feeling, and like you just really are experiencing things more intensely than you thought you would, okay? And it could be the loss of a connection even. So even if something wasn't right for you guys, I feel like it's hitting you hard though, okay? And you're having to deal with it and like mourning the loss of this. And for some of you, yeah, I'm just getting like this feeling of loss. Okay, so also, there is also something coming through as far as like, you know, if some of you like left a connection, it could be somebody that you have a kid with. And so like, you're not currently like you're, I don't feel like you guys are cut off from them, but you cut off from possibly like a baby mama or daddy. Okay, that's coming through for some of you. For others of you that don't have a kid with anybody, then this is saying that people think you're being kind of childish or selfish for this path. But honestly, guys, the impression I'm getting is that you're not. Like, this is right on. And it's kind of like the rest of the world might not see it, but like, it doesn't make it any less true. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then for some of you, you might actually have somebody new in your life as well. Okay, that's also coming through as a possibility, and that could be the talk. Okay. For others of you, I feel like your money also is on your mind currently, and it's where your attention and focus is going. But I feel like you guys are doing well in that area, so yeah, that's all that's coming through about that, really. You guys, okay, so like I said, I'm definitely seeing that you guys went through some kind of like heartbreak, loss, okay? Even if this was something that felt like the right decision, it was nonetheless has been hard on you guys, okay? And I feel like you're currently like in this place in life where you're kind of feeling like suspended and at a standstill, not sure what direction or where to go. So I'm actually getting the impression that, you know, when you guys feel like you're not sure, like I said, I do feel like, you know, some of you might have went somewhere and you're getting rest, and it's kind of like you're just waiting. You're waiting for a sign, you're waiting for an answer, for something to dawn on you about what to do next in regards to this. So even though I feel like, okay, so for some of you it's like a decision has been made, and for others of you you still feel like you have another decision to make. I just feel like, you know, it's kind of like you're kind of keeping yourself guarded right now. Like your heart's guarded. Action-wise, you're kind of sticking to yourself with the Four of Earth here. And it's just like you're in this protection mode. You're just like, okay, like being hurt is the last thing that I want to happen, you know, hurt any further, and I can't take anymore after, especially after this. And sorta, like that's sorta coming through. It's just more like you guys are kind of just like suspended, and you're kind of just like standing there, I feel like, with your heart guarded, you know, not sure what direction to take next, and just kind of waiting for a sign, an answer, something. And in the meantime, I'm getting that you are just really you're wanting to feel good again. You're wanting to feel happy, alive, like yourself, and even better. And I feel like there's times when you guys do. There's times when you tap into this. But this might be something new that you decided that you needed to do. And it's just kind of like, it's been a lot, you know, I feel like it's really rocked your world, and you're kind of at this point where you're like, okay, when's the good start happening? When do I start feeling better? When do things start falling more into place? Because you guys are hard workers. You're definitely, you put in the work, and it's kind of like you just feel like, wow, it's literally been one thing after another. And for some of you, it's more about, even maybe it's not about a specific person, but it's more about these setbacks that are happening in your life every time that you try to move forward, and you're at this point where you're like, okay, well, that didn't work. Now what? Type feeling. Okay. And on top of that, I just feel like, you know, you guys are kind of just, it's like you're kind of wallowing in this, like, it's kind of a misery, but like kind of just like your emotions, you're feeling it. It's intense, and it's like some of you might even be drowning your sorrows, like kind of escapism. I just feel like, where once this creativity and inspiration flowed through you, it's been kind of at a halt, as well as your action. It's like things have been put at a halt, and you are trying to do what you need to do to get right with yourself, but at the same time it's like you're kind of like, okay, like I'm trying to follow this authentic path, but I'm not really getting a clear sign on what to do. Okay, so, and on top of all that, I feel like there's a part of you that feels connected to the past because, well, one, it's familiar, and sometimes the unknown's scarier than the kind of like the connection that we knew that wasn't really serving us anymore. You know what I mean? So I feel like you guys are like definitely going between worlds. You're trying to cross this bridge on over to this new world, and it's kind of like you're not sure how to proceed right now. And okay, so this is interesting. The song that came through when I thought about you guys was Sarah McLachlan's I Will Remember You. And then I actually felt called to listen to it before recording this, and it was like, wow, like the lyrics are deep. So I would definitely check that out if you feel called to. But the lyrics I'm going to read, even though it's really the whole song, is I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. Okay, so it's definitely broadcasting. You guys are really like missing what was. I feel like, and it's more like it's kind of like the mind. Part of it might be blocking out what wasn't, what didn't go well. And then the other part is really hyper focused on all the best memories, and it's just kind of like you feel like, I don't know my current reality. Some of you don't feel like you know who you are anymore, and it's just kind of like, oh, it's a lot of unknown and uncertainty, and part of you just wants to run back to what was familiar, even if it wasn't for your highest, and it's kind of like you're trying to do what you feel is like the right thing, but in the meantime, it's cutting off connections, it's burning bridges. It's just like, it's creating all this havoc, like kind of tower-like moment for you guys, even though the tower didn't come through. But I feel like a lot of shakeup, a lot of whirlwind of energy and emotion, and a lot of talk. People know, like, okay, and you're holding your head up high as you basically can right now while dealing with stuff, and it's kind of like you just don't. Like I said, I do see you guys doing what you feel like is best for you, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I do see like you're kind of at a halt though. Like you made a decision, you're moving forward, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're not exactly sure like what to do. And I feel like you're kind of just living a secret life right now, just not really posting much, not really like communicating with people, and kind of just like really trying to deal and process and see like, like, when is the light gonna dawn on you is what I'm getting with this. There's also a line in her song too, which went something about how like something about the darkness coming up and like living where you feel like the past is clinging to you, making the choice even though it's no more. So yeah, I mean, that's in about like everything being deeper than what she expected. So I find that all to be like super befitting for the energy that's coming through. And I know this is like way deeper and more intense than I thought it would be for you guys. But yeah, I feel like you guys are going through a lot right now. But the good news is like, even though all that is coming through, I'm still seeing a lot of positive cards, okay? And you guys are literally being called to be patient and continue to do what is right for you guys, okay? Always like keep your, like definitely, stay focused on what inspires you guys, what works for you, what makes you happy. and really run with it. You know, run with the inspiration and clear the mind. And if that means being out in nature, being by yourself, like do that, okay? Because I do feel like this new chapter is just around the corner. So keep going. And I feel like you guys, you're like, yeah, I know I'm strong. I know I'm persevering. That's what I do. But like, when are things going to lighten up? And I see, yes, like it is going to lighten up. This will pay off. Just keep going, even if you can't see the big picture right now. Okay, group number 3, that is what I currently see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys.